Hi. Exploring the Randstad Work Monitor 2022 research of 35,000 employees across 34 markets. And the findings are echoing what many of us are already saying. And there's nothing wrong with reinforcing with numbers and data what we're all saying. And Randstad have called this the new era of self-determination. Employees saying, this is what I want, I will determine what I want, and I'll go out and find it, and I'll determine which employer I work for. And I talked about attitudes and I talked about values. And the third thing that Randstad is saying, unless you focus on these things, you will be out of business. And the third one is empowerment. And it was an interesting read for me because Randstad talk about empowering monetary incentives and financial levers. And that's not what empowerment's about to me. So I agree that employers need to focus on empowerment of their staff and their employees. But I'm not sure I'm aligned with what the Randstad research have said. Anyway, unless you empower employees, they have no sense of value. They need to be empowered to make decisions. They need to be empowered to carry out a job, having clarity of expectations, the way they see best. It's about outcomes and outputs, not inputs. There is no place for micromanagement going forward. Employees will not put up with it any longer. Stop it now. And the things that employers need to do is enable leaders to truly empower their employees, to stop command and control, stop micromanagement, and have real leaders that can truly empower and get out of the way. So leadership uplift is key. The other things then that we need to enable leaders with is provision of what I call guardrails or principles for employees. So they're not feeling that they've been left out in the cold. Oh, you've just empowered me to do X. I'm not sure how much of that I can do. So there's decision-making guidance, if you like. And I love the example that was inspired by Bill Gore at W.L. Gore and Associates, and they call it the waterline. And if you think of the waterline on a ship, so if they say to an employee, if you are shooting, this is your waterline, if you are shooting above it and it goes wrong, we can probably fix it and we won't sink the ship. But if you are firing below the waterline, then maybe don't, because you could put a hole in the hull and will sink. So above the waterline, you are empowered to make that decision. Below the waterline, you should probably refer to another authority. And over time, that waterline can change. It can move. So as someone gets more expertise, seniority, more skills, then you can move the point at which the waterline is. So make sure you're empowering people so they feel valued and a sense of purpose. Talk to you tomorrow.